Hello, 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 and welcome to our 6th Artist Spotlight. And this time with a Hotpot of Genres. I can't be more happy that he is here. So, welcome him. Hello. There
Hey,
is
hey.
Hotpot. It is so cool to have you on, my friend.
Thank you. I'm really flattered to be here.
Well, Um, for the people that don't know Hotpot, I'll start with a small introduction. Hotpot of Genre. It would be crazy if you don't know him, but that's the other side of this. It's Hotpot of Genre. He is like hugely well known in this community. He's running the crew together with Electrician. He is also the cat girl we all know and love from our trending page. But most importantly, I think Hotpot is known for his like epic orchestrals, his epic orchestral sounds, and even more specifically, like his string sections, which are like violins, cello, contrabass. It doesn't contrabass. It doesn't really matter. Like this man is the master of all of them. So again, it is a true pleasure to have you on here.
Thank you very much. And I would add to that, be excited. I'm now getting into flute orchestras.
Ooh, so we're gonna get like the same level of flutes going. Oh, that's amazing.
SSC7 will be amazing. Yes.
Oh, oh, I'm already looking forward to that. Oh, that's really cool, man. Um, I have given my introduction of you, but for the people watching, how would you describe your unique sound or your music for people unfamiliar?
Yes. Okay. I would say listen to my intros. They are long as intros, but I love them. And I come from a very special background because I grew up in a household with people that were born in 1913 and 1917. And my grandpa has been a sucker for classical music. So I grew up with that. And I myself got into punk rock, metal music when I was in my teens, and I mixed all that up, and then I tried myself at certain instruments all around the clock, but couldn't master any of them. Tried and tried, and this is what makes my music. I try to incorporate genres that you never thought would fit together with instruments from all kind of genres, and I try to suck the listener into the song in the first half minute to minute with an instrumental part that will just yeah get to you. That's my goal.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that people underestimate how important that part of it is, by the way, those like first seconds of a song. And it can even already like be defined as like the first 5 or 10 seconds, I think, with this TikTok generation of people that it's like the attention span is so short that if you don't have them in that small piece of music, they are not going to be there to listen to the rest of it. So
Yes, yes, that's why we can really be happy that Suno does not really do good with fade-ins, because you can't get short attention spans with a fade-in.
no,
But
exactly.
yeah, for real, what I really miss in many Suno songs is just a short intro. Get me something to listen to know what your song will be like before you give me the full power of lyrics or something like that. Give me a small part of just pure music.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that it's a very good tip and a very good thing to keep in mind. So, um, I always love to know how people got here. So, how did you arrive in Suno?
I arrived on Suno through Mastodon.
Oh,
In February, there was an article shared about Suno. I think it was about the first time that Suno did go with a website, so outside of Discord. And I just clicked on it because I'm very interested in large language models, AI in general. Um, at my workplace, we do a lot of AI stuff, and I just wanted to see what it's all about. And I clicked there, made a few songs, those short, I don't remember exactly, 30 seconds or 1 minute songs or whatever they were. And um, I was really shocked. I was positively and negatively shocked, because positively, wow, what do I get there? That's a real song with just one click. And negatively shocked because, oh shit, what will come to us in the future? And I really had them posted uh, more or less, yeah, scrutinizing review on Mastodon about that. And then I got really back to it only about 4 months later, because I started to play a bard in my Dungeons and Dragons group. And I told myself, okay, when I play a bard, it would be really, really awesome to have our adventures retold from the bard's perspective in songs.
ooh,
And that's how I got back to Suno. Started to create for real, because then you could put in custom lyrics. And yeah, I got more and more into that. And then in August, I had just, yeah, I was on vacation and had a bit of free time. And then I just thought, okay, now let's make a subscription. I want to create a lot more when I have the time for it. And yeah, 19th August was my throughfall, and since then I'm with Suno, and I think I will not go away anymore.
oh, that's cool, man. Oh, dude, the fact that you do D&D. it sort of triggered something, and D&D music too. Like it triggered something. We need to get a D&D group together who just
Oh,
does musical D&D together. That would be awesome, man. That would
that
be.
would be awesome. Yes, but 5 parts or something like that, that would be hard.
Yeah, no, but we can adjust the rules of the game to fit what we need to do, but it would be cool.
Y-
That would be fun.
Yeah, for
Like
sure, for sure.
let's talk about that because I love those type of things. Let's talk about that more. But we're not here for that. We're here for your awesome music. So I'm just gonna go to the stage for a second, which is our lovely cat cafe stage. Because I thought, well, if we are gonna have the cat girl over, we need to go to the cat stage. Um, but we're not going to hang out here for long because we're going to switch to something I've never tried before. We're going to do some videos today. So that is super cool. But before we do, like, is there something you want to tell us about this song, why you selected it, or?
Yes, gladly. So this is a remake of a prior song of mine. More or less, the lyrics stayed the same. I reimagined the music a little bit to give it a more harp-centric try with less piano in it. And this song was made for a dear friend of mine, Sarah. She died about 10 years ago. She died, yeah, she had cancer and had two very small children at that time. And yeah, she always told her child to please not be sad when she's gone because she will just be dancing with the fairies. And this is what the song is about.
Dude, you're gonna get me all emotional even before we started. I love that, by the way. I love that people take these personal stories and turn them into beautiful, beautiful songs. Um, and man, that is so lovely. Like, did your friends' children listen to the song too?
To the original, I had the original published 2 days prior to the 10th anniversary when we all came together. And it was my second global trending song. I got it on a stick for them and showed it to them that there were about, I think, 10,000 listeners to the song. And yeah, they were really, really happy about it.
Oh, dude. Yeah, no, I can imagine. Oh, it's so nice. Well, that gives so much depth to what we're about to watch. Um, I can't. Like, this is tough. Um, and I want to say that we'll just get into it. This is a first time I'm gonna try this out, so if something goes wrong, please forgive me. We're gonna go into the channel. Maddock, absolutely thanks for the biddies. I'm a bit different from other streamers. I don't yell that out too much. I will just get focused on the music. So I will make hearts when someone does something like that. But let's get into this beautiful song with a beautiful, beautiful story. So here we go.
The darkness comes, the moon is out, the grassy fields lay wet about. But in the darkness we can see a small light dance and weave. Its shiny aura traps me in, it's a small fairy inviting me. Under bright stars, between dark trees, the fairy is dancing, inviting me in. The fairy dance, oh so sweet. It It's beauty never seen. Her gentle taps, her lightly bows. It takes me away to a better place. She holds her hand, invites me in to join her dance in eternal spins. Never-ending leaps of joy, a waltz forever through the fields. Her movements pull, they trap me in, the fairy laughs. The fairy dance, oh so sweet. It's beauty never seen. Her gentle taps, her lightly bows. It takes me away to a better place. My tears are running, my face is laughing. I don't want to leave, but can't let go. I take a look back the way I've come, to all of you who can't join her dance. I'm already trapped, I laugh and cry. The fairy dance, oh it's unity, sweet and cruel. Her gentle flaps will hold you in, never to return from Moonlit Hill. Don't cry for me while I'm gone. I'm with the fairies, joining their waltz. I'll miss you for eternity, but the fairies dance has trapped me in.
Wow, man.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
It was a lot of work for this one.
I can imagine. Like I don't want to get into like how you built the video because I think that's super interesting, but um like I want to get into the emotionality of the song because it is crazy and there's this lovely cello solo that comes in during which I always love and think is absolutely amazing. Um but man, I just want to say that is an intense song to start off with, man.
Yes, yes, it is one of my most beloved songs out of my library for myself because it has a very personal connection. And yeah, as as you have seen and maybe heard a little bit, it's hard for me to hold back my own tears when I talk about the backstory to it sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. And I think that that is amazing. Like, I think when music gets to the point where it, well, I usually talk about where music gets to the point where you feel the same as someone else, but I think there's something more going on here where you're sort of capturing a person into a song and in that way sort of paying tribute to a memory and paying tribute to a person, which I think is absolutely amazing and lovely.
Yes,
Um,
yes. And the second inspiration, or may the comeback to this memory came through a book. I don't know if anyone knows it. It's a Japanese light novel, min-maxing my TRPG stats in another world. And there he talks about the fairies that take people away. So, and then this memory came flooding back to me, and that's when I knew I had to make the song to the 10th anniversary. So, yeah, if Schuld123 is watching, I don't think so, but if he, thank you.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, it's lovely how all these different sort of interconnected threads create these stories. What's your favorite part of this song?
The outro, when she talks about or she thinks about how we should not be sad or sorry, and that she's just joining the fairies in the endless waltz.
Amazing, man. Yeah, I don't know what else to add because it is such a beautiful and pretty song, um, and such a lovely way to pay tribute to someone. Um, yeah, I am gonna move on to our next song, I think, just to see where we'll end up emotionally. So the next song that you brought is Jeanne d'Arc.
Yes.
So please tell us a bit about this song and how it got to be.
Yes, this one came more or less by chance. I played a bit around with different orchestral instrumentals and had just made uh, um, Two Steps from Hell inspired full instrumental track before that. And then I tried to reincorporate that, made a persona and started this song out with the persona to make a new instrumental. And this one came out so good, it just instantly gave me images in my head about a female heroine that stands before a giant monster and fights it, and that's how I started the song. And when I first wrote the lyrics, I thought, damn, this is a lot like the legends about Jeanne d'Arc. So I did go on and made it about Jeanne d'Arc. So it was a generic female heroine at first, and it became Jeanne d'Arc when I started to write it. And
Awesome.
then it became an more than 6 minute track of yeah, I really love it, and I hope you will too.
Well, that sounds really cool. I think this is one I haven't listened to yet. And hype. I see a lot of hype in the chat, and I see someone saying this is my favorite song. So I am up for this. I am up for this. So without further ado, Jeanne d'Arc by Hotpot of Genres. Here we go.
The heroine stays in silent grace. She draws her weapon without haste. The beast bellows, luring her closer. Its eyes burn bright, a wicked imposer. Her eyes fierce, no gentle sight. She wants to strike it with her might. The monstrum bickers eerie howls. It wants to have her in its bowels. Almighty hero, gentle maiden, your legend is never fading. You face your foes with steadfast grace and leave your enemies in quiet disgrace. Oh. Rise, a warrior in the night so dire, your heart ablaze with eternal fire through shadows deep and trials steep. Heroes vow forever to keep. With every strike, the stars align. Her legend will always shine in the darkness, oh divine. The mighty scorn her, fear her light, for she stands firm in what is right. Unyielding faith, her spirit free, a beacon bright for all to see. The people whisper, hearts entwined, the Savior sent by God's divine. Almighty hero, gentle maiden, your legend is never fading. You strike your foes with gentle power and leave the enemies in silent cower. Rise, a warrior in the night so dire, your heart ablaze with eternal fire through shadows deep and trials steep. A hero's vow forever to keep. With every strike, the stars align. Her legend will always shine in the darkness, oh divine, oh divine. They call her cursed, a devil's bride. The mighty shake as truth collide. A stake of flame, their judgment high. They torch the pyre beneath the sky. Rising voices storm the square. The crowd demands their savior fair. Bloody hands tear chains apart. Rebellion stirs in every From the flames she walks untouched. With heaven's grace her fate is clutched. The people kneel, the skies ignite. Her legend blazes through the night.
Oh, that was cool. That was cool, man. Oh.
Thank you very much. Yes.
No, I think that there was this solo somewhere that was like, I don't know. It was not a synth. It was not a like. It was it was a weird sound for me, but I really loved that. Like
Yeah,
I
it was a contrabass, but Suno messed up the quality, so it sounds different.
yeah, but I think that that's what like I had this conversation with someone is that we are currently with AI music still doing a lot of imitation of things that are real. But
Yes,
over time, we will form our own instruments and our own sort of like combination of instruments that don't exist and sort of build out of that, which I think is super cool. But that's why I really love that sound that came through because it was very beautiful. Like I really loved the solo there. But man, that's an epic track. It built so well. Um,
thank you very much. Yes, it
okay.
it took some time to arrange that. Um, because I don't know, I can talk a little bit about my usual workflow if you want.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was just gonna ask, like, because it feels very purposely constructed. So I really, I think that's a great segue to go into how you work.
Yes, yes, for sure. So I always start out with with a pure instrumental. Normally, I do this in some sort of orchestral style, and I arrange those with note tabs and chord progression. So you can more or less say I steer my way through it in Suno to try to really compose. It's not working 100%, but it works to a certain degree, and you can always feel the kind of notes you really put in there. So Suno will always interpret it in some different ways, but the notes are still in there, and the progression and flow will just change a little bit. So those instrumentals are the real hard work.
Oh no, I can
to
imagine. Yeah.
yeah to get something in the way I have imagined at first uh, can be around yeah 50 to 500 gens and that doesn't mean there can't be other awesome instrumentals on the way there, but it's not what I have in mind at first. And then after I have my instrumental, I decide if I want to do a cover and put lyrics in there, or if I extend from a certain point.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Most times nowadays I extend. That's also why my intros are so damn long. But that way I can decide from which point on I want to have lyrics in there. And then I put the note tabs back in between the verses and chorus and all that stuff. And so I get to 99 to 95% back what I had first in the instrumental.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. And that's something that that was having a conversation indeed, like the way to anchor certain sounds in note structure, which is kind of cool. You can anchor quite a lot in terms of what you
Yes.
put in the lyric box and then repeat, which is super cool to see. Ali Khan was also talking about that quite a lot, which is super cool. But man, yeah, no, that is amazing. And I think that how many, like you said, you do about 500 gens for this generation, but how many extensions do you end up doing in a song?
That heavily depends on how the song goes. Um, Normally, I would say it's only about 5 to 7, but I also had some times when a song just needed about 30, 35 extensions.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes you just get those 1 or 2 seconds that you want to have in there, but the rest is yeah, disposable.
Yeah, no, and I think that what you said about like people should really realize that there is so much more you can do inside that lyrics box than people know that they are currently able to do. But you can literally go crazy, and it might not
Yes,
take everything in, but it will take something in,
yes.
and I think that that's what makes it really cool to work with.
On this stage, a huge shout out to Megagumi, because Megagumi sent me once a song she has made, the Timeless Canon. That's a real the real canon in D from Pachelbel, and Suno made it perfectly in strings, and that brought me to the idea. And since then, I'm hooked on note tapping.
Yeah. No, I saw Mekagumi's in the violin challenge, or like the string challenge that was there. I saw like three songs that came by there, and I saw the prompting structure in there, and I've
Yes,
remembered that forever. Like that's sort of like kept in my mind. It is insane, and it's very cool to see.
yes.
Yeah, it's nice to see that that there are more people working within that sort of wide bound of stuff that we can do in the lyric box. Um, that might also be a good question for me to ask then. Like, if you would talk to someone who just started out in Suno, like who just came in, like what would you give as a tip? Like, what would be the number one thing you would say to that person?
Do everything that brings you fun. Start out slow, just do easy stuff at first, and try to build up from that. Do genres you know about, the structure, the chord progression, and stuff like that, and try to incorporate other genres in it and learn how to invoke those. So build yourself up and learn how to Suno. It's a not that slow, but also not too fast progress. And you can do awesome stuff without knowing too much. But when you get more into it, you can really, yeah, do things you never thought would be possible.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that that is a very good way of looking at it. Like, have fun, keep going, keep doing different things and experimenting and seeing new things, and just go for it. And like I feel like the more you do it, the more you sort of realize all these sort of new things while you are working. So it is something that you need to keep going. I love that Jarl says, "Run away from this addiction." I because I think we can all identify with that a bit. It is indeed an addiction, in the best way. Uh, we like Hawk and I were talking before the stream that we both tend to not go to bed at night. So yeah, um, that is something we both realize. Like you want to do this as much as you can. So it is indeed a bit of an addiction. But yeah.
It is,
Bef-
yes.
Before we go into the next song, I do want to ask, because you are someone who runs an own community together with electrician, and it is a very cool community. I
And don't forget about Leah. Leah Nocturne
Oh,
is
sorry.
also, yeah.
I
I
did.
can understand that because she's more in the background, but she's also part of the owner team.
Awesome. And I think it's great that you mentioned that, because I would have forgotten indeed, and I think that is not cool. I think Leah is indeed more quiet, and that is why you. But I'm very happy that you mentioned. So with the three of you, you run a community together. I think it's a lovely community. I
Thank
think
you.
that it's an amazing community, and when it started, at least, it gave rise to a lot of people I love. Like I can tell you that a lot of people that I love came from the crew community and rose up there.
Yes.
So first of all the praise for that. But maybe you can tell a little bit about what you love about Suno and the community side of it.
I love that it's mostly positive. You go in there and um, next to all people are very positive about the stuff others create, will help each other out and give tips and hints how to work in certain ways, help each other with lyrics, and you really feel that it's about music, and that's what I really love about it. What could be better on Suno General, so the official Suno Discord, is people tend to be too much about their own songs and forget that there are other creators too. And that's one of the reasons we made the crew back then, because we wanted to share the love.
Yeah, and I think that's amazing. Like people who know me know that that's also something I am very much a product of. Saying, hey, we need to share the love. We need to listen to each other's songs, hear more songs, and be there together. But yeah, I just want to say I love what you did there. I love the challenges that you bring up. Uh, um, and
Oh
I
yeah, I have to judge the latest one. Damn, I forgot already. Yeah.
well, good.
Just for information for the people outside of the server, I run sort of weekly challenges for our server community where I give a certain topic, like special styles, genres, or something like that, or to make a Christmas song, a yearly roundup song, or the current challenge was to make a tribute song to another member of the server, and yeah, those run normally about a week, and then I myself judge them. So I try to stay objective about it as much as I can, but yeah, I think that's very hard when it's come to music all the time. But yes, so the people outside of the server do know what it's about when we talk about that.
No, exactly. Well, that's very good. Yeah, and I think those challenges, like they're getting wider. They're getting more and more of those challenges around, and I think that's a great thing that we're starting to get into a community that really sort of embraces making music together and doing this thing where you collaborate or like build around the same thing. I want to say that two of my personal favorite tracks came out of challenges that I did with you. So it is very nice to do, and it can give rise to some of the most amazing tracks possible. So uh, it is a good starting point to go from a challenge.
Yeah, I think so too.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I think that we can go into another song. And this is again a video, so I'm gonna see if we can get that started. I will also put it on here so that we can talk a bit about it afterwards. So the next song we are getting into, like, is this one, and I will
I
also.
think there couldn't be a better day for this song.
Yeah, and we said we wouldn't get into politics, but I think we cannot not get into politics at least a bit after this. So this is Favo, and we are gonna get into that. I'm gonna open the video for it, and we will change scenes. So, do you want to announce it or do you want to talk about it afterwards?
I think we should talk about it afterwards.
Cool, cool. Well, then here we go.
your choice, it seems. Finally able to live up to your dreams. At least you showed those that you did. Now they can't ignore your voice. No, you got your man into the position. An act of total statewide abolition. Still no wake up for those who are around. But your choice was real profound. They don't see what you are able to. All their hysterics need to go. No one really cared about you. All alone, no matter what you do, they are all dumb idiots, all the same. Always you lay down a whole lot of blame. You can't see what's right in front of you. You're either dumb and idiot or have no clue. But hey, your voice is as important as the others are. But soon you'll see your dreams get shattered from afar. With fascists at the helm, only fascists can win. It does not matter how your heart spin. You know winner no matter what you do. You're either time to put on those broken shoes. The time of reckoning for you will come. But then it's too late, you'll see what you have done. No, you're not just left over the other side. You killed your own chances, you get no bite. First they deport the workers they can't find. Next the prices rise, you wish you could go blind. Tariffs will be paid by you and not by them. You can rage and banter to the hem. It will no matter how loud you shout. You'll be brought into line or have one final bout. Fascists do not care for you or your needs. Soon you will shiver in your sheets. No one really cared about you. All alone, no matter what you do, they are all dumb idiots, all the same. Always you lay down a whole lot of blame. You can't see what's right in front of you. You're either dumb and idiot or have no clue. But hey, your voice is as important as the others are. But soon you'll see your dreams get shattered from afar. With fascists at the helm, only fascists can win. It does not matter how your heart spin. You know winner no matter what you do. You're either time to put on those broken shoes. The time of reckoning for you will come. But then it's too late, you'll see what you have done. I know you don't really care about it. You think my words are just foolish. I know that you don't care if it gets a bit hard sometime. All you care about is those other swine. Your beliefs are deeply rooted in you. You red-blooded, never gonna get blue. Most of your beliefs are flawed to the core. But I don't want to be more of a bore. You know I will lean back and see when it comes. You will get your ticket with your lazy ass bums. I only think it won't take long. You fuck around, find out you will strong.
Well, well, well. So, how are we gonna do this?
Yeah, sorry, you invited a punk to your stream, so you have to live with it.
No, man. I think this is great. And um, I want to say that it is great that we get to use Suno also as like the bards of old, or the yeah, what do you call it? Like the we use music in a way to also talk about politics, also talk about the way life is going, the way life is standing, and things that should change or not,
Yes.
or should not be the way that they are. And I think that you are someone who does that more often in their songs. Your SSC song was also a song that was politically charged in terms of like, hey, we might not need that many billionaires. Uh, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, maybe,
Maybe,
maybe could be
maybe.
something like that. Yeah. Uh, I think music was always about mainly three things. It's to vent, about romance, and for the small people to be able to criticize the people in power.
Yeah, yeah, speak to power indeed. That's lovely, man. So, you wrote this song.
Yeah. I wrote the song 2 days after November the 3rd. Whatever happened on November the 3rd, I can't really remember. I was on family vacation back then and couldn't believe what happened way over at the Atlantic over there.
Hmm.
And um, yeah, I had to vent my frustration, my anger, because the sad part is it will not stay over the Atlantic what happened there. And we can, yeah, see the first things that have already come to fruition. And I think it will get way worse. I'm in this whole stuff for many years. I'm very political in my private time, and um, I'm reading very many inside views, interviews, and um, yeah, a um, deep journalism about really many things. And let's just say I fear for the future of my son.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think that um, it is weird times all around the world, to be
Yes.
honest. And if I look at my own small country, we have our own sort of weird-haired crazy person.
Yes,
To be
Mr. Wilders is
honest,
a wild one.
yeah. And when that happened, that was also a very dramatic time for a lot of people in the Netherlands. Um, I do want to say that at least from my perspective, where we are right now, as in the Netherlands, it is very clear that the amount of power that people have eventually is a lot less than they would like to have. Like there is a lot of stuff in place, luckily, at least in the Netherlands, that sort of contains certain things. And that's why it's not sort of going as crazy as, like, it's not great. Like, let's be honest, it's not great, it's not good. But at least it is not the hellscape that we were preparing for.
Yes.
So I kind of hope, and maybe that's my positive side or my positive thoughts of things, that at least somehow some stuff will stay contained and not go crazy. But we know that things are happening that are not good for the world and for everyone.
But I think I have to steer you away now from the politics because when I get into that, we will sit here and talk deep political stuff until midnight. So let's get to music back.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm very good. Like we talked about it before, that we should not get into politics, and that is always a good rule. But man, I to go back to the song. What I love about it, it is a song that is filled with fire politically, but it's also filled with fire musically. So to go back to the music side of things, when you want to write something that sort of sweeps up people into like sort of
Fire them
living
up.
along,
Yes.
yeah, and having that sort of awesome violin solos that go really quick and have that speed in them, and
Yes.
like sort of the musicality of that is awesome. Like that works to together so well. Um, so when you make a song like this, how do you think about, like, okay, I have a did you start with a topic? Did you start with the music? Where did you?
Yeah, so as I said before, normally I start out with the music. In this song, it was different. I first wrote, I had the topic in mind, I wrote the first lyrics, and then I did get into creation of the music. And I wanted to have the violin in there because I think the violin is the most awesome instrument ever created. It can be incorporated into next to every genre. I made it happen in next to any genre already. And but I knew this has had to be special, so I did go for staccato violin. Um, it was an E violin in the styles and also in the sound. You can hear that it's a bit higher pitched than a normal violin. And I wrote this one with note tabs and normal prompts to kick up a notch in certain parts and build in the instrumental parts with separate extensions. So when I knew, okay, now I want the next part to be instrumental, I go for an extension because Suno doesn't like long instrumental parts when you put them in between lyrics. It just doesn't do that. So do an extension on the point you wanted, put in all the prompts and your stuff for the instrumental part, and then just extend for that. Nothing with lyrics afterwards, just extend for that. And then you have a chance to get these 20 or 30-second instrumental inlays.
That's awesome, man. That's a good advice. Again, I think that that's very interesting. We're getting a lot into the technicality of things. I love that these sort of conversations with different people go in different directions, and you get a lot of different ways. But this is an interesting one because I think that talking about technique and how we build things is something that we should also get better at and sort of talk more about because it is such an important part of what we do, like this technicality, these ways of building.
Yes. As many people know, I do not often give away my prompts because I work so damn hard on them. And so it's kind of, when I give them all away, maybe there are some copycats out there that just copy and paste them and put them into different stuff. And I didn't want that. I give them out to certain people and so they can have a look on it. And I know they will just adapt them,
Yeah.
and that's different from copying them.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I know a lot of people who are very secretive about their prompting, but yeah, uh, I that's also when I see someone's prompting style, I will not share anything about it because I know people are so secretive about it. But I do want to say, man, I wish we could because there's so much awesome stuff going around that I want to talk about openly. But man, um, going back into a good interview and a good sort of conversation, I really want to know, like, if you could collab with any non-AI artists in the world, like if there's people you could work with, who would that be?
Living or dead?
Well, we can resurrect them for now if you want to. So,
Okay, Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. Oh, that's a good choice. That is a great
Yeah,
choice.
the most awesome singer ever. I'm such a huge Freddie Mercury and Queen fan. You can't believe that. And yeah, I'm I would cry nowadays still that he already died back in the 90s. But yes, it's Queen and Freddie Mercury are a huge font of inspiration for me.
Oh yeah, that's a very good choice. Um, I also think that in in like after Suno, like after doing song construction yourself, if you go back and listen to like Queen songs and the construction of those songs, you will start to hear how incredibly complex and
Yes,
crazy those constructions are. Like
yes,
how ridiculously it flows. I actually think that is a quite a good exercise to do for people that are here right now, is to go back and listen to music you used to listen to and listen to the construction of those songs, because it is insane, because you go, "Oh man, oh, so this is what I need to aim for, or this is where I need to go."
yes. So, for example, anyone who wants to make rock music on Suno, go and listen again to the All Along the Watchtower, and yeah, just give it a deep listen how it's constructed, how there were the drops and changes in rhythm in it, and then try to work this into your own music.
Some good Jimi Hendrix going as well.
Yes.
Nice. Ah, you are a classic guy, just like me. I love it. Those are great. Any other artists that you want to mention as people that would be amazing to work with?
Yeah, Blind Guardian.
Oh, that's someone I don't know. That is good, because that makes that, like, I love it when people do that, because then I sort of note it down and I have new things to listen to.
It's a German power metal band, and
Ooh.
they really make great stuff. If you want to try them out, just listen to a live in Wacken Bart's song, and you
You
will be
will have to
blown
send
away.
me the name, because
Yeah, I will do that.
oh, that's cool. Oh man, that's gonna be cool. Looking forward to it already. So we are getting into a collab song of you in a second. But before we get into that, and this is the funny thing, this is the most controversial question I ask every time from people, because it's so hard to get some real answers out here. But from the AI community, and not the person that we're gonna listen to in a second, uh, who would be people you would love to collaborate with still that you haven't collaborated with yet?
There are a lot, but I'm not the best collaborator because I mostly tend to say, okay, here I gave you music, you make the lyrics to it. But there are certain ones. Abel Wolf,
Oh yeah. Yes.
Taglias, you,
Ooh. Oh, I
yes.
see a collab coming in our future. Oh,
Electrician and I are already in talks about it.
that's nice.
Um, and there are so many. I would love to do something with statics.
Oh yeah. Oh, that man is
Yes,
technical, man. That's
yes,
cool.
and with Timus.
Ooh, yeah. Those are some great names. And what I love about the list that you just gave is it is recognition for some people who do some really awesome stuff in terms of except me, of course, but like the other people, they are very cool in what they do, in terms of like they do different things, all of them, and very specific things that I love and that are crazy and cool to work with. Oh, that's a good list, man. Ah, I'm happy I finally got an answer. I that's a score for me. But that list. Please, if you haven't checked them out, check them out, because that is a very good list of people to check out. Um, well, we're getting into the collab, and I love that. I think that collabs are at the heart of this community because it allows you to combine your strength with someone else. And I haven't heard this one yet, which is something that I also really like. So here we go with Not Too Late. I want to ask, like, Do we talk about it now or do we talk about it after the song?
I can say a few things before the song, then we listen, and then we can talk about the song
Cool.
itself. So the basic idea was Procrastropia and I came together, and I just had the idea, hey, Desi, let's make symphonic punk, and she was all for it. And so we got into it. And now we created a new genre because something like that has never been heard before. It is really symphonic punk rock with ska elements. So yeah, have fun.
Awesome. Yeah, and Procrastopia, man. I love that. I love her music as well. So I cannot wait. Here we go. Not Too Late by Hotpot of Genres and Procrastopia. How can you not get excited about this? Here we go.
Can you feel it? This choking fear. They say it's too late with a sneer, but we've still got blood in our veins. We know their name. They've locked us in their dark cage, breeding mistrust, breeding hate. We see their greed, it's in every law. All the cracks beneath their lies, no more illusions. We're done. We know who to blame. They say this is just our fate, but we're done with fate, please. It'll be them on their knees. And it's not too late. Can you feel the turn? The world will fall, the thrones will burn, streams of hell will start to break. We can no longer afford to wait. Ticking plastic, rising, corrupted suits, monopolizing. Don't you dance for their war. Look into your kids' eyes. You know what you fight for. Right and deceive. So scared of what we could achieve. They say, obey, this is for you. They say, sit tight, we know what to do. But their system, it's starting to shake. Layers of crap, it's all so fake. It's not too late. Can you feel the tide? The world will fall, the thrones will fall, strings of power will start to break. We can no longer afford to wait. Be polite, so they say. Sit in line, don't go astray. But the anger's brewing in our chest. Burn down the light, round that bleeding righteous rage. Can you feel it? This choking fear. They say it's too late. They sneer, but we still got blood in our veins, and we know their names. Let them tremble, let them run. It's time for us to have our fun. It's not too late. Can you feel the turn? The world will fall, the thrones will burn, strings of power will start to break. We can no longer afford to wait. Let them tremble,
That was amazing, man. Oh, I
Yeah,
love that.
it's really crazy how good that turned out. Um, yeah, Desi and I, we also thought, damn, this thing is fire. Her
Yeah, no,
lyrics are so hot, really, and it really came together so good. And I really I have to say I want to work with her together again.
yeah, no, I get it. I get it. No, this is amazing, man. Because, like, for me, this is sort of what Suno is about. Like this sort of stuff where you go, um, where you go and say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna create something that is new and crazy and awesome." And oh man, this is good. I love symphonic punk. Okay, so when is the symphonic punk challenge coming up?
Yeah, I have to do a new one. So yeah, yeah.
No, man, this
So
is cool.
any crew member who's not fine with that, bring your grievances to Sebastian.
Yeah, no, man, but I don't even know where to start because I think that a great collab shows both people off very well.
Yes.
And you can hear Procrastopia here, and you can hear you here, and that is amazing. Oh man, that's just too good. Now I'm losing my train of thought when that happens. When speechless, that is where I go wrong. What's your favorite part here? What surprised you the most? Let's get in that. Then I can
I love
shut up
I
for a
love
minute.
I love how the end comes out. So the normal pre-chorus and then the build up that goes a bit quieter, and then this final chorus that is invoked without music in the first seconds, and this huge drop, and then it really feels the entire lyrics, and in between um, the string solos. You can always get me with violin and guitar solos. So
Yeah, man, I love that. Like punk is such an awesome genre because it's like born out of this idea that not everything needs to be perfect. In my opinion, like punk is really sort of like anti like everything,
yes,
and um and it's only sort of fitting that like putting orchestral sounds in there is sort of punk against punk or
yes,
something. Like I really love that. Oh,
it's
that's
two things that would never go with each other, because orchestras are all about rules and certain sounds that have to go, and you have your sections and they are invoked in the right ways. And I all the technical vocabulary about that. There are more music vocabulary for an orchestra than there are notes and lyrics for every punk song together. So, and then you bring in punk that's all about un unperfection,
yeah.
and you mash that, and out comes a song like that, and it's awesome.
Yeah, man, I love that. That's great. So what drew you to Procastropia? Like where you were was it the idea of orchestra punk or was it just you going I want to work with this person? How did you get to that?
Yeah, it was mid-December, December, early December, around about then. And I just was in the mood for, okay, I don't have much ideas for lyrics and stuff like that. And I want to do more collabs. I just had the collab challenge with for the SSC6 with Renhall done.
Oh, nice.
And it was really nice working with him together. And then I had a collab with Spock, and that also was really really good. And that I just was in the mood to do more collabs, and then this idea of symphonic punk came in, and we have been in a chat room, and Desi was there, and I just told her, yeah, Desi, let's collab, let's make symphonic punk, and she was hell yeah.
Awesome. That is the kind of attitude that gets you started too, right? Like, hell yeah, let's go. Okay, then I'm
Yes.
in. So that's amazing. Oh, you named some people that I love. Both, like, I came up with Ren Hall. So basically, like, I think most people, they get together with one person when they start. Like, and they talk with that person quite a lot. And that was Ren Hall for me when I started up. So that's very interesting for me and Spock, you did a collaboration with Spock. That man
Yes.
is crazy good at what he does.
Yes.
Like
He is.
he blows my mind. I know that Spock, I've said to him before, and we've talked about this. Like he was very willing to come on, so I hope that we can have a Spock here at least one day because what he does is awesome, and I want to talk about that too. And I'm gonna listen to your collab too, man,
Yeah.
because that
You have to go to his YouTube for that, I think. Um, and I really wanted to bring the collab song with Spock here too, but as I knew, okay, only a few songs could be played. Yeah, that sadly fell a bit over.
Yeah, no, man, I get it. We are actually, like, now you're talking about it, we are actually running quite a bit longer. So I am gonna, like, we're not running longer yet, but I know we still have 3 songs to play. So I do want to get into them. But that just means the conversation is great. So, so that is only a good sign. Um, I'm gonna first get to YouTube again and get to the next song because yeah, this is a song I have listened to before and I think is very awesome. Uh, I see Spock is in the chat, man. You know, like
Yes.
Spock, you know you are very very welcome. And my schedule is open, so
Huge
just
shout out to Spock. He's really awesome. And if you want to do anything with electronic sounds, collab with him.
yeah, man. That is a good tip. Um, so we are getting to this song, which is again just something you could only do in Suno. There is no other way to do this. Um, do you want to talk about it before we start?
Yes, for sure. So first of all, it is it the song basically came out of an accident. I just wanted to make a fun meme song about Hatsune Miku singing in Old Norse Viking style. And then I thought, yeah, okay, let's sing her in Old Norse with reggae music. And because it's Old Norse, it has to be with harp because the Targal harper is really hard to get in Suno. So I did go for a normal harp. And it came out so awesome. And then this way I created harp reggae with Afro beats that are sung by Vocaloid in Old Norse.
So just to repeat it, it is a harp reggae sung in Old Norse by a Vocaloid. Like, I don't know how out there you can get, but this is pretty much like the edge of the map. Like, we reached the edge of the map. And I think that is amazing, and I am here for it. Because when you listen to this, you will hear how radio ready pop it actually is. Like,
Yes,
and I love that about it. So here we go with something that's completely out there. Sorry, you
Pure
can.
ein of Fluger.
Yeah, I'm gonna say floating like a feather. But yeah, it is amazing. So let's get into it. You cannot see the Old Norse lyrics completely, but if I did this correctly, you can see the English lyrics. So that's good too, I hope. Here we go.
Sólin lýsir sálu mína bjart og heil. Hver einasta sefur burna hvessing seig. Fjöður eins og fljúga hátt í himinblá. Sífandi gegnum skýjum hænir kennir sátt og blá. Sem ást sem beygir frjálsir í hjarta mér. Sæla ásinn, þar ekko sjóna mín ber. Heimurinn skríður hart í ljós, heyrist alsæl. Rótfast lag og dagsvísbel og svífur hátt sem fjær. Innan þess paradís bráðir sér. Koma umfallsljóð, semandi þér. Fjöður eins og fljúga hátt í himinblá. Sífandi gegnum skýjum hænir kennir sátt og blá. Set ást sem beygir frjálsir í hjarta mér. Sæla ásinn, þar ekko sjóna mín ber. Bókum hægur, bókar og vinsæl sál. Vaknandi krakkur, þau í flísar og stjá. Lægandi musík í ljósi yfir sól. Sælan er svífandi, hátt yfir okkur. Fjöður eins og fljúga hátt í himinblá. Sífandi gegnum skýjum hænir kennir sátt og blá. Sem ást sem beygir frjálsir í hjarta mér. Sæla ásinn, þar ekko sjóna mín ber. Og krakkinn í stofunni ljósmynd heim í frið. Þessari strönd þar bárust enginn það fer ferð. Fjöður í vindi fjós í hver langur ver. Sælan að login sig ljós vaknir við ver.
Yeah. What I think is awesome about this is like the ultimate answer to what are you listening to. So like if someone on the street asks you what are you listening to, and you can say, yeah, I'm listening to harp reggae sung by a Vocaloid in Old Norse. I think that's the ultimate answer.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. And if you get a second person that listens to something like that, marry him or her.
Yeah.
I just hope for Sega to come to me to get the song for the next Hatsune Miku game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no, man. There's been many songs where I was like, okay, this would be perfect for this game or that game, but indeed, man, that would be awesome. Ah, this is so cool. Yeah, and I want to know like how, where and how did this start? Like, where did this game come from? This idea?
Yeah, that was more or less sorry, Alex, Jarl Alex. Um, uh, Evil Tyromancer and me joked a bit about making Vocaloid sing Old Norse, and I said no, I couldn't get it done. And Evil Tyromancer said, yes, yes, you can. Just do it first in Japanese, get the Vocaloid in, then cover it with Old Norse. And I did that, and it came out this way, and I thought that's so cool. And then, yeah, shame on me. I, I bullied Jarl Alex a bit with it because he was so against it because he hates Vocaloid so much.
Aw, that is both mean and sort of like beautifully evil.
Yeah, Eva Tyromancer and me, we did create more or less a whole universe around that now. We have a real backstory to how it came that there are, yeah, Vocaloid Valkyries on southern beaches that sing in Old Norse, because I have a second song that really incorporates a Vocaloid Valkyrie background core. And a third one that tells the story and has the progress from normal Old Norse Viking shouts to Vocaloid.
Oh man, yeah, I must say that personally, I am not the biggest fan of Vocaloid. I am. I can agree there at least that Vocaloid is not my thing. But I want to say that this does not, like, because of the way it's sort of translated, it does not feel Vocaloid to me. Like,
Yes.
it does not have that vibe. It feels more Ed Sheeran than it feels Vocaloid. That's the, the thing that I have to take
Yeah,
take, take it.
it's always a bit depending on which Vocaloid version you hit with Suno, because they do sound quite different, and the newer ones have a more synthetic real voice feel than the purely synthetic feel that the old voice banks have.
Yeah. No, I can get that. Yeah, definitely. Um, looking at that, man, you develop songs all like that are so different from each other, but all have that sort of orchestral vibe back into to it, which I think is really cool. It's like uh, this flow, and you talked about it a tiny bit that you grew up with.
Yes.
So can you expand on that a little bit for me?
Yes, sure I can. So the main things I heard when I was a child was stuff like Beethoven, Mozart, Rachmaninoff, Handel, all this on uh, long play. I don't know the English word for it. Vinyl.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
vinyl or
yes,
indeed LPs or
yes.
yeah, whatever.
So it has a certain quality to it that you can't incorporate in CDs or stuff like that. And I really grew up with that. And when I was 6 years old, I was the first time conducting to the music. And yeah, that stood with me. So I have always had a knack for classical music. I really love big orchestral symphonies. I tend to go to melodic metal, symphonic rock, and stuff like that. Um, yeah, it has always been, it has been bred into me.
And how are you with movie soundtracks? Like, is there?
I love them dearly.
Yeah.
I have over 160 movie soundtrack CDs.
Oh, that is so cool. What are some of your favorite movie soundtracks?
Black Hawk Down.
Oh man, just coming in straight with some of the best. Like I am crazy addicted to movie soundtracks. So let's get going. But what like Black Hawk Down, man, that's good. Okay, next.
Kingdom of Heaven.
So good. Yeah, keep going.
Braveheart. Yeah, and yeah, there are so many out there, and um, I really love Danny Elfman, Hans Zimmer,
Oh yeah, yeah,
um, and yeah, and from trailer music kind of stuff, Thomas Bergenson or Two Steps from Hell, immediate music,
yeah,
stuff like that. I can listen to music like that for hours and hours,
yeah.
nonstop.
Maybe we should do that for fun at some point. Do a movie soundtrack quiz around because I think that some of us are really into it. I think
Yeah,
that's fun, man.
and
Uh,
I can lend you my Two Steps from Hell persona if you want.
oh, that's awesome. I really want to like I okay. So we will talk about that after because that might turn into an awesome collab, which I think would be very cool. But again, we are here to listen to your songs and not make this too much about other things. I just asked some people in the chat what their favorite movie soundtracks are because I thought that would be interesting. So Inception is always the big one, and that's not crazy. I see Tron Legacy go by Shiru Sagisu. Oh, that's cool. That I need to write down. Like can you say a movie for which that featured Sixum? And Dunkirk, and then Black Hawk Down, indeed. Highlander. Yeah,
Oh
I
yes, yes,
I really loved Legends of the Fall, which I think has this which is a lot of Horner stuff. Like James Horner has these
yes.
beautiful flows. Um,
Gladiator would be to mention, or
Definitely Gladiator.
Last Samurai and 13th Warrior also.
Uh,
13th Warrior has really good Viking vibes in it.
oh yes. And then if we
Um,
talk about the newer guys, what's the guy called that did the opening for Westworld? Like he did some awesome stuff on the piano, which is amazing. And then Solaris, I think, is a beautiful movie soundtrack as well. Man, I could talk movie soundtracks forever because I love it so much. But yeah, man. Um, let's get into that and talk about it later because we need to get to a new track. Are you able to stay a bit longer? Like,
yeah, sure, sure, no
then we
problem.
can just continue on and listen to the other things too. It's actually quite possible, by the way, to get Danny Elfman out of Suno if you know the right prompts. That is something that you can get out of there really, really well. Um, so Jack Battle Wall 5 project. Oh man, I'm gonna check out some of these names later and just rewatch the stream and go check that because indeed I am very much into movie music. Okay, next track up is Reflecting Forward. So I don't know if you have something to tell us about this track. That would be amazing.
Yes, sure. That's also a really personal one. Um, my wife always was pleading with me, please, never fall into midlife crisis. And I thought about it and wrote this song down and just concluded I will never fall into midlife crisis. There's too much stuff that you can be proud about when you're in the middle of your life.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, now I'm really like I want to talk about it after because I now need to listen to it first because I feel like I'm sort of the perpetual like I'm not in the midlife crisis of like leaving my wife and kids or wanting something different there, but I always feel that I'm sort of in this continuous mind state of trying to do new things, trying to achieve new things, and
To
continuously.
Tal Mohammed for his question, it's a sort of rearrangement of a song I had made prior, and that's why I called it director's cut.
Ooh, awesome. Well, we're going into it, and we're going to listen to it, and then have some conversation still. Reflecting Forward by Hotpot of Genres. Here we go.
These bones, they creak and groan like ancient wood neath heavy stone. The days they pass, a fleeting breeze and breeze, and time it brings us to our knees. But in the cracks of this old frame, there's wisdom earned, not idle blame. The mirror shows a face that's lined, yet in those lines what tales I find. Why fret the passing of the years? For in this life no room for fears. The seeds we've sown, now they grow tall. Our children's laughter, the sweetest call. So raise a glass to what we've done. The battles fought, the victories won. Midlife's no curse, but a well-worn song, where love and hope, they still belong. Fight! Into no line, protect the road. The nights grow long, the hair turns gray, but here I stand, no price to pay. The time I gave, the dreams I chased, now bloom in fields I once embraced. For every ache, a memory made of days when youth began to fade. Yet in those moments strength was found, a life well lived on solid ground. And when the night is dark and cold, I find a warmth in tales retold. For all the roads that led me here, I hold them close, they're ever dear. Why fret the passing of the years? For in this life no room for fears. The seeds we've sown, now they grow tall. Our children's laughter, the sweetest call. So raise a glass to what we've done. The battles fought, the victories won. And life's no curse, but a well-worn song, where love and hope, they still belong. So let these years, they pass with grace, for in their wake, a warm embrace. No crisis here, just life's sweet tune, beneath the sun, beneath the moon.
Yeah, man. That is great. That is a great track. And I want to say that Taglia said the perfect soundtrack to accompany some meat. And I want to say that
Yes,
that is like in a
or
real.
or some real nice Irish whiskey.
Ooh, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah. No, man. I really love it because it's a very positive message about like not stressing about getting older. I think
Yes.
that's the right way to say it. Um, so um, like as some people who are getting older.
I just had my birthday. I have to wait till I have the next one.
um, no, but I think that it's very interesting because it is um, it is something that is sometimes difficult, and I wonder why. Like you said, your wife really told you like don't get into a midlife crisis, and where did that come from? Where did she sort of get the feeling that that is something she needed to sort of say to you, like, hey,
That's just because she. mm, I don't want to get too
oh,
much into it,
okay,
but
never,
there no a little bit. There is a inbred fear to be left alone,
yeah, yeah. Well, that's
and many guys who fall into midlife crisis also fall into the arms of younger women.
the arms of younger women. Not, it's a bad place. No, um, but I want to say that because when I listen to you, you feel very comfortable indeed with who you are and like and where you are at.
Yes,
Um, so that also shines very much through in the music. Without because I am terrible sometimes at sort of recognizing the instrument, but this was like, in my opinion, like a bagpipe that I was hearing, but
yes,
I
yes,
at least like a air
yes.
based instrument.
It
Um,
was a bagpipe. Also one of my most favorite instruments. I have played bagpipe a tiny little bit myself, and I really love the sound of it, of classic bagpipe in old Scottish style, as also in modern interpretations that you can hear on some medieval festivals or something like that.
oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
I really love it. I have a song. I haven't brought it here. You can look it up on my profile on my YouTube. That has an electric bagpipe in it.
Electric bagpipe.
Yes,
That is a totally new instrument for me. Like I've not.
because it's not a real instrument, but Suno made it possible.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's like I once, I don't know, on a track that I was listening to, it had a instrument that was both strung and blown. So that was something that I found very interesting, where you could hear the air going in, but you could
Yeah.
also hear the strumming. Which I was like, this is like something that could never. I can't even see it, which I think is awesome. But I loved the sound of this. And you talked about the medieval festival. You talked about D&D. Do you go to medieval festivals?
Yes, I did study medieval history
Ooh,
as my main course, and Frisian and Northern languages on my sub courses. So I have been an active live role player and medieval and actor for years. It had slowed down in the last 10 years, so since the son came and the wife came and all that, but I will get back into it now that my son is a bit older and can accompany me.
absolutely. It is such a lovely place to be with kids, to be
Yes.
honest. Like um, I must say that, like, I love that we're nerding out here, by the way. But no, we do have these big Dutch medieval festivals too, and I go with my daughter, and we
Yes,
go dressed up, and it's super fun and crazy. But
yes. And
it
yes, Harley Chris, I go in Gewandung.
ooh,
So dressed up in medieval style.
awesome.
I have my chainmail, I have my leather armor. I have, I have all the stuff.
That is awesome, man. Oh, I'd love that. Ah, this Suno get together that we should be planning, of all of us in Europe at least, and the Americans that are willing to come to us now that they can't stay in their own country anymore. Like they can can come with us and have some lovely Suno get together, and it's getting more insane every time. But man, that is cool. Now it's a really lovely track, and it amazes me what you do with these instrumentations. Um, Then one of the questions that I haven't asked, which I always love because it's a hard one, but it's an interesting one, is um, is there a challenge you have overcome that makes you feel like you became a stronger artist through it?
Ooh, that's really a hard one. Um, yeah, the struggle I had when no one was listening to my tracks, and it really got me down. And yeah, I sort of overcame it by making music for my roleplay group, not just the bard stuff, because the group, yeah, they didn't wanted to listen too much to it because yeah, we tell the story instead of listen to the music. But I made background music for another group I was mastering, and all the players really loved it very, very much. And that was brought me over this slump I had.
Yeah,
And then the next step was to get myself into SSC 5 and lose 3 weeks in following.
that makes me so happy, man, to hear that SSC was able to get that moving. And uh, yeah, I think you've now built this lovely community around that is always listening to the music, and you are getting there. So I also think it's very good for people that aren't there yet, that aren't getting like those listens and getting those plays. That it's lovely to know that everyone struggles with that. Like everyone struggles with it at the beginning, at least, where it feels like no one's listening to your music, and you have to like sort of do it again and again and again while you're sort of lonelily trying to get someone to listen.
Yes,
And that's also why I always tell people, like, if you listen to any Suno track, doesn't matter where you go, and you think it's cool, please DM the person that made that song and just tell them, hey, I really enjoyed this song. Like, it doesn't have to be a lot more than that, but just say, hey, I listened to it, I loved it. And
yes,
if you have more to say, definitely do it. But only that can make like a terrible day brilliant. Like if you have that moment where you just sit and you see someone say to you, "Hey, man, I really love that song." Then, for me, at least, like I live for that sort of stuff. But I get happy and I have a good day. Like so,
yes.
you can really,
That's,
yeah,
by the way, that was also the way I was able to trend my first time back in September when you needed about 35 to 40 likes on your song to be able to go into the global trends. And um, I was one of the people that sat on Suno General all the time. And when someone dropped the link, I listened to the song and straight, yeah, answered to them how what I thought about the song and asked them to please listen to mine now.
yeah,
And with this personal connection, most did.
yeah. No, I think that personal connection building, just getting like a small group of people around you that you communicate well with, because you
Yes,
find that out very quickly who you talk to, and it goes really, really perfectly and awesomely. And you build this group of awesome people around you and awesome friends to talk to. So it is also worthwhile, just because, um, yeah, these become friends, at least in my experience. So that is a great tip. Well, we have one more song, and I think that's good. Then we can sort of wrap it up afterwards. I hope that up to this point, people have been enjoying this quite a bit. I have been enjoying this quite a bit, but I hope you have as well. And I hope, Hotpot, that you have been enjoying this as well.
very much. Yes.
Awesome. Well, then we are gonna move into the last song, have a bit of conversation after, and then sort of wrap up. The last song you brought us was "Free Yourself." Um,
Yes.
so please give us an opening to like why you brought it or what you want to say about it.
I brought it because I love it. It's also a orchestral style. And this time it has more electronic and synthesizer vibes with it, and has a very particular sound. Really great piano in it. And it also has the punk spirit in it, and I really love that. So the lyrics with this one, I try to experiment a little bit on voices, and try to put in yeah, this as you can see, the syllable count, no line does match the next one, because I wanted to influence the rhythm with it,
Oh, awesome. Yeah,
and it worked quite good.
yeah. People really forget how much skill there is in lyric crafting, and sort of putting your enters on different places already makes such a big impact on how Suno interprets what you're doing. So I cannot wait with this in terms of syllable count. I love to see these shapes. Like I talk about that quite a bit when we do SSC. When I see a song and I see the lyric shapes, I can already know often whether or not this is going to be something that I think is awesome or not. Because if you get a lot of blocks, like sort of the heavy blocks that are all looking sort of the same, then
And 4 lines every time.
yeah, then it's not gonna sound as awesome as a track that is just like all this different structure and shapes and sort in sizes in terms of syllable count. Um, so let's get it started, if that's okay with you.
Yes.
Then we're getting into it. Awesome.
This is life, life you can't deny. Deny the thought to comply. To defy. You gotta believe in what you know, no more than they ever want. Want everything, everything they don't give. Give them what they earn so much. Want to know everything you want, so listen to them and believe in yourself. You know they wanna take it all, so long. Let your freedom make them haunt. They earned it all, so give them hell.
Wow, man. Talk about like ending on a high note. Oh, dude, that is crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, and the one thing that I wanted to mention most after listening to that is like we talked about getting people hooked from the first second of a song. And I'm just gonna go back because I'm allowed to do that today, and that's something I love when I'm allowed to do that today. Let's listen to those first like five to 10 seconds again. Yeah, that's a perfect build. That's perfection. Like there's not much more than that you can do to get people straight into it from the start. Like that's amazing.
That was one of the bass instrumentals I had considered for the SSC7.
I can totally get that. I can totally get that. And now I want to check one thing. Yes, thank God. So this song was made in January, so that's good. That means that I can still include it for my best of 2025. So
Thank you very much.
that's super nice. No, because like I go looking through people's profiles for songs like for the best of 2024, and then I sometimes get scared that I missed something like did I, and I would have been upset if I missed this, and I was like, oh this, but no, this was in January, so that saves me a bit. But man, this is a great track. Like it has such a good build, and it's such an epic song. Man, dude, do you have anything else to say about it? Because I need to recover.
Yeah, people use THX in the style section. It really gives something to the songs when you work with electronic beats. And yeah, in general, don't go too much for Epic in V4 because Epic does nothing in V4. Go for cinematic, THX, Dolby Atmos, and stuff like that. You can also try Bondesk. I have tried that before. It works, but only with certain genres. And the theremin is back. V4 can do the theremin for 2 weeks now. Before that, you couldn't really get it in there, but now you can just invoke the theremin and it's awesome.
I want to say to the people listening, like, don't, this was just gold that was spun, and you need to do like it's such a short follow up of sentences. But that was just some prompting magic that happened. So please take that into account. Like adding THX, or like Dolby Atmos, or like stuff like that is something a lot of people aren't even aware of, like as a possibility. So keep that in mind next time you make something. Like try it out, try what it brings to the mix for you, and what it adds, because I think those are very important things to take away. um the one thing that we didn't talk about yet, and that I kind of want to get into, is the cat girl. Like where that came from, how that came to be, like how that became your personality and sort of your front character. So anything you have to say there, please.
Yes, sure. Okay. So first of all, I'm a great cat girl connoisseur. And if I would have the money, I would put everything of that into genetically engineering cat girls. And um, yes, it was something not many people know, but I had another avatar and style before the cat girl that was mouses. Yes, I did have a mouse avatar. I had mouses all over studio equipment as banner on my YouTube, and I had some songs that incorporated mouses in the covers. And then came the Autumn Zoo Festival by Dazorn, and I made a cat polka. And the lyrics for that, I thought those are really great. Those are great lyrics to make a folk song out of it with a cat girl. And that was the birth of my lovely assistant, Nyanka.
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 Nyanka. Oh, I love that. I love that. So we have, like, I know that several people like have that now. They have this character and the name that's connected to it, and I love that quite a lot. So Nyanka, well, Nyanka, we are happy to have you around and on our trending pages. Um,
I got told there were quite a few people, especially in the German chat of Suno, um, that told me, cat girl, I don't know this animal style, and it's not very good. And yeah, that later came to me. Yeah, I see a cat girl on the front page, and I know it's yours, so your branding worked.
yeah, no, the branding is amazing. Like, I think that is like it is a big part of what people do. Like this branding thing, and people do it in so different ways. I love it. And yeah, who doesn't love a cat girl? Um, in the in wrapping up, so I always ask a few questions in the wrapping up section. So, do you have any interesting songs or projects coming up?
Yes.
Take it away. Take it away, because I know some of it, but I will.
Yes. So I have a ready collab song with Lily the Adventurer that she will publish.
The winner of the Neon Knockout, who
Yes,
killed me.
yes. I did hope I did hope that she would have published it before the stream, that I would have brought it here. Um, but yeah, I think with the winning, and she had a recent collab with Eva Tyromancer. I think that all came in there. And but yeah, be very excited for that one, because it also has a very special sound. Like, yeah, the intro will give you the feeling of you're now encountering the final boss of a Final Fantasy game.
Oh, that's awesome. Does she bring the emotionality that she normally brings? Because
Yes.
that is what, like, for me, any Lily song, like, yeah.
So it's more a bratty song.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool. Oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
but a really cool one. And she wrote the lyrics mostly. I did revamp them at certain parts, but most of the lyrics are her work, and she also made the arrangement in this one. So I made the music for it,
Yeah,
the
and you
bass
told me
music.
you're not so much of a lyrics guy when we started.
Yes, lyrics. Even when I listen to a song, the first few times I listen to a song, I will most to never listen to the lyrics as lyrics. I just listen to them as instrument. And only when the song really gets to me, then I will yeah, get up my concentration and really listen to the lyrics, and take in what the artist wanted to tell me with it. And it's really hard for me when someone asks, "What do you think of my song? Are the lyrics okay?" Then I have really go down and to concentrate on the lyrics from the first go, and can't really take in the music anymore. And that's really hard for me. That's why I always say, okay, I can gladly do that for you, but I'm not the biggest criticizer.
uh, well, that's very interesting. And I think what's really lovely about that is that, like, I pay a lot of attention to lyrics, so that's for me like one of these things where I do pay a lot of attention. And it's interesting to me that that makes a great collab. In terms of like if you work with Lily, for instance, who's also very lyric
Yes.
centric, that works really well. So I can't wait till that track's out and that I get to hear it because, man, that's a strong collab.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, be excited for it. And the other one is whenever that will come up, I have the first half of my SSC7 song ready on a length that it is coverable, so I can get the best brand new tag in there still. Um, and yeah, I scratched this bass and another one because the one I will go with, some have already heard what I have there, and I think it will blow some people away.
that's gonna be amazing, man. I'm looking forward to it. Like we are still on SSC break, and very honestly, we really needed an SSC break. I can be very honest about that. Like, we do this for fun, and I must admit that some of us had a bit of less fun during some of the process, but that's how it is. So we needed a break so that we can get excited about it again. But it is definitely coming, the next SSC. So I am looking forward to your track, man. Well, and aside from those two things, I think we should also, like, if you're willing to mention it, at least mention what you're planning on doing with Electrician somewhat, if you're willing to mention that. I don't.
Yes, sure. Electrician and me will start a new podcast, a music podcast, a streaming podcast. So you can also watch us old dude bob to music. And we have not we started, we are all still in the finding process to set up the technique and get into it a bit more, and it's a bit hard because we both have family, and so having a schedule to test the stuff out is not the easiest thing in the world. But it will be an AI music and music video podcast where we listen and watch videos and songs that are made by AI, not Suno specific. And then we will give real constructive criticism. And maybe we may be a little tiny, small bit like Waldorf and Statler from The Muppet Show. At least we would try that.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, and again, I'm all about sharing the love. So when that happens, I will be sure to push that out wherever I can push it out. But I think it's important to mention these things, that these things are happening, and that you are there. Um, I also want to say that that project is coming up at some point in the future too. I can't really talk about it, but you at least said for the Suno Awards that we're planning, you were also interested in joining the committee. I think that would be
Yes.
a very interesting thing. So we are. I wanted to mention that, and I think Hotpot would be a great judge of these tracks, and I think it's a great thing that we can get him on a committee of something like Suno Awards. So there's a lot of shows and cool things coming, and I'm happy that Hotpot is a part of a lot of those things. Anything else you want to mention in terms of projects?
No, not at the
Very good.
moment.
Very good. Well, there's a lot going on always. Is there anything you would like to say to the community now that you have them here?
Yes, I want to thank you all for listening to my music, to tell me every time if you like it or what you didn't like about it, because I think negative feedback is very important to improve myself. Um, I would like to tell you all I love you dearly, and I hope we will all be growing together more.
Awesome. And then finally, this is the last question I always end up with is if people remember only one thing uh, about you, what would you like that to be?
Um, I have an awesome cat girl.
You have an awesome cat girl. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Well, I think that we can arrange that. That is what people remember. No, that's amazing. And I think that then we are going to wrap up. Once I do, you are still in sort of our Zoom call. You can leave if you want. You can stay a little. I will do a small wrap up and then close the stream. Um, so please, guys, once more, like if you can do some sort of like waves or cheers or whatever for Hotpot of Genres. I'm so happy that he was here. We're doing meows, which is we're doing
Thank you all.
meows for Hotpot. Um, uh, so thank you very much for being here and spending some time talking about music because I think it's amazing.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem at all. It is so fun to do this. Then I'm gonna go to the end. So wave at Hotpot, everyone, and say goodbye. And here we go. So, guys, that was Hotpot's artist spotlight, and I want to say that to me, an amazing spotlight. We had a lot of fun and a lot of great conversation. Um, I always want to thank. Oh, today I want to thank Madok because Madok actually gave some bitties, and I love that. And I want to say that I'm very happy he did that because that helps a lot. It is something that it allows me to keep doing these things. Just some financial support because I'm spending pretty much all my day preparing this stuff, doing other Suno projects. Talk about that in a second. Right over here, ooh, there, you can see some of our dude. Thank you so much. That is amazing, Maddock. I love it very much, and it helps a ton. This stream is sponsored also. Crazy guy. This stream is also sponsored by Renhall, by Hotpot himself, which is lovely, by Tongmik, by Alikan, who joined us and helped sponsor this. Spider is a lovely sponsor, and Meltonian Physics joined us as a sponsor as well. This group is growing, which is only allowing us to do more and I want to take my chat away from where it's located because it is a bit too too much over my sponsors, which I did not see when I set this up. But because the sponsor list is growing, like this, this is also growing. So I'll do. Oh, whoa! Stop. Just live adjusting the stream for you guys. Um, so I want to say that those guys are really helping me out in terms of sponsorship. And that is just lovely and amazing, and it helps me to do more of this stuff. Then iMac is over there, and iMac is the AI Musical Artist Collective. That is where we're running a lot of these projects, and amazing projects are getting started. If you are not a part of iMac yet, join us. It is free to join. We do awesome stuff there, and I would love to have you and just talk to you about what we can do to raise AI music up and get more of these people out there. Um, we want to create AI music stars, and I think that's really what we're doing. The next stream is already tomorrow. So tomorrow we're gonna do the second part of the best of 2024, where I collected some lovely music from 2024, like songs that I keep thinking about, songs that I keep singing, songs that have some amazing stories towards them. So please join for that. It starts at 9. Oh no, it starts at 10 in my time. So I will send out a link. You can check out the schedule on imac.info, which I did not include on the screen now, but on imac.info, there's a schedule. There you can see the stream times in your time. So That's handy. Um, and then during this week, Wednesday, there's another Neon Lounge stream, which is great. And then on Thursday, we're actually doubling up because we're doing another ranking of the songs, which was really cool. The first time we did it around, we learned some lessons uh, from it, some very interesting lessons that we're going to adjust for the new ranking of the songs. And that is also very cool to me. Alikan is coming for an artist spotlight. So we're going to be talking to Alikan live on stream about his works and songs. Another amazing artist to talk to. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I hope you enjoy these artist spotlights. I think that is that it's one of the most fun things I've done, talking to these people, learning what they do, why they do it. It is just amazing. And we will have Renhall coming up also later on in terms of artist spotlights. I know that we will have Fau Moi coming on soon, which is amazing. And there are a lot of more people that I'm talking to, so I hope that we can have all these amazing people over time. Lightjourner is someone I have been pushing for quite a lot. His most difficult thing is his schedule because he is in Australia and time wise that is quite difficult. So that might be on a very weird time and I have to stay up to 3 at night to run that stream. But I would do that to see Lightjourner here. But we are talking to a lot of these people. A plus AI is still on the list. Um, Spock, Flickerlock, and many, many more. I hope that we can get on. So let's keep this going and have many, many more amazing, amazing artist spotlights. Well, have a good night and a good sleep. And yeah, we're gonna have a great stream tomorrow again. Love you guys. Talk to you later.